Hey guys, Lanesh Devotee here again with the first round of the new Black Crusade tournament on Octagon. So just looking quickly over my planets here, and I'm finding there's a lot of green in the first, 4 planets are all green, and then there's 3 blue, so that's pretty tough. I've decided I'm going to bring out Urien again. So in my first run there, I want a couple more things to do on that first turn, particularly card discard. So I mulligan, and I've got a few things, that's good. I'm up against Free, who I'm fairly sure won the tournament last time, so we'll see how this goes. And he's running Nazdreg, which is a good, solid, fun Orc Warlord to be using. The Black Crusade cards that are obviously legal for their tournament, the ones they've added that boost Urien, I've got pretty much all of them in here, and I think they're all quite fun. So we'll have to see how well they do. Alright, so I've lined them up in the order that I'm thinking of using them, and Free has the first turn. So what does he do first? Opens with Cracktooth Hall, the signature sport from Nazdreg. It's 2 cost, and it allows you to move a point of damage off one of your units to another unit at the same planet. And then I follow it up immediately with Visions of Agony. 3 cost, but only 2 for Urien. I get to pick a card from his hand and discard it. So he's got lots of cheap units, which is scary, so I decide I'm going to get rid of his cheap and easy economy to start with. I'll get to that eventually, there we go. Get rid of the Rogue Trader. I'm happy enough for him to take something big, because I know I have Clavex, not Archon's Terror, but Clavex and Power from Pain. I know they're in my deck, so one big unit I can deal with. Lots of little ones are going to be trouble for me. So I'm looking at the planet array and seeing there's quite a few cards on these planets. I always hate that. I want to limit how many cards you can get. So I discard something else. With my Murder of Razorwings, he's thrown an Enraged Orc, which is a 2 cost, 1 command, 0/5 brutal unit. And my Murder Wings, my Razor Wings are a 1/1/1 with no command. But they discard a Snakebite Thug, so that's helpful. So he's lost a couple of cheap units already, that's all good. He plays his other Snakebite. And where does he put it? Planet 2. Which is a resource income planet, and actually I'm quite happy to let him keep it. I don't care, he can keep that for sure. So I'm trying to decide which 2 cost unit to use next, and I decide I'll go for the Bloodied Reavers. Equalize command on planet 1, because otherwise he was going to win 2 cards there. And then he's done, he's happy with that, he can't afford anything else anyway. So I'm going to put another Bloodied Reavers out as command, but also as a decent fighter. There are 2 costs, 1 command, 2/2, and they get +2 attack with a Warlord. And I'm going to planet 1 to guarantee I get a discard, well, to hopefully get a discard against him with it. Okay, and where's he going? He goes, I go to 1, and Free goes to planet 5, Karnath, solid choice. So I'm happy with that. I stopped him getting too many cards. And he gets 1 card, but he gets a lot of resources, and actually he can have as many resources as he likes playing against my deck. So I get some more options here, some command options, which is good. Rakart's Experimentations is not that great amongst what I've got here, but still it's something. Okay. So I decide to start with the Razorwings because I don't want to give him a huge brutal attack. So I go point of 1 damage with the Razorwings. And I'm about to make a major misplay here. He swings for 1 because it's brutal, and I take the damage, but actually I should have shielded. And I did think about it. Yeah, I hit done though. I was thinking about it, but I decided not to, and obviously if I'd have shielded, Cracktooth Hall would not have been able to move the damage like that, and I would have been able to hit back for 4 and, well, hopefully kill the Enraged Orc. And instead, suddenly it's a little bitty fight, and it's just... that was a really straight up misplay. If I'd have done that, I would have been in a much, much stronger position, I think. Still, I I'm going to stay anyway and see what I can do as much damage as I can. So there we go, add another point of damage, because I don't want him to hit with as much brutal as possible, so I want to save my bigger hit till after. Can't remember what I was checking for there, but that's all good. And he puts 3 onto my Warlord. I do shield 1 there, because I want to save. I don't want Urien to get bloodied too easily, but that would have been a much better shield to throw for the Reavers. Really dumb decision there. Really annoyed at myself for that one. But at least I kill off the Orc there. Ready, and I'll try and discard something again. Takes the other enraged Orc. So I've trimmed down his hand quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with that. And then he gets Carnath. I've got nothing to do there. So what is his options? To steal some resources, move a unit, or heal something, is that? Or Yvonne, put a unit in play, potentially. He decides to take a resource, so he's going to get heaps of resources, which, again, as I say, I'm not too concerned about. Alright, and just like that, we're done with the first turn. That was quick, that was easy. Alright, so he's got 2 more cards, which I'm not thrilled about. I've got a Power from Pain, which is brilliant. I've got a Carver, which is okay when I've got more torches being used. And I'm just going to slowly put out these command cards and sort of take my time and see what I can do here. And he puts out his big shooter battle wagon, which if I can knock it down with my Power from Pain, if I can kill off the thug and take out the Power from Pain, I will get rid of the battle wagon and it won't get any snotlings. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to carefully do this. I'm thinking, how can I set it up just right? And then he puts out this Void Pirate on Planet 2, Equalizing Command, which is a good call on his part, but it means my Power from Pain is going to be ineffective because he can just sacrifice the Void Pirate before I have a chance to kill off the big shooter battle wagon on Planet 1. Yeah, so that's frustrating for me. I'm trying to think, okay, what can I put out where to make things a bit tougher? I decide to keep the command on Planum. I don't want him to go to Planum and get command out of it. I can't go to Planet 1 anymore, so I go to 3, which I believe is Iridial, and would let me heal my Warlord, which would be good. Free hits the wrong button. Fix that up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to Iridial and free. There we go, it is going to Planet 4, Carnath. Give him all the options. Alright, so I get a good amount of command out of that at least. He only gets 1 more card again, which I'm quite pleased with. I've got a few more options, which is good. Archon's Palace is going to be good. Okay. Right, unfortunately I'm not able to do anything at Ossus. The Carver, because he triggers off torture in my discard pile, I need to have more torches in my discard pile, and at the moment I think I have 2, which is just not enough. Not enough to be effective. So he gets the money. Unfortunately that's all I've kind of got there for him. And he's got 1 green, which, so do I, that's all we've got. So that's alright. I win and I heal Urien nice and quick. And then he wins Carnath, and chucks the big shooter back to be a bully. So it's going to be awkward for me to get the Power from Pain unless I get another one, or what's it called, the Ica Gauntlet, so I can pull off a couple of them. So that big shooter battle wagon's going to be awkward to deal with. Or if I can pull a Clivex War Leader, that might be something I'll need to use against him. But there we go. I've got nothing else, so I'm ready to end the turn. There we go. Okay, on to turn 3. Some more of the new Black Crusade cards. The Unwilling Slave allows me to redo a torture event, so I can do my Power from Pain twice. That could be it. That could be what I need, depending on how many more units he's going to be able to put out. And he's got 5 cards, so he might have a few. It's going to be tricky. I put in the Abomination Workshop just as something to try. I feel like I can possibly do something with it, but I function on a lot of cards, which makes it tricky. But his first move is Caius Wrath, which I can barely believe. I have to discard down to 4 cards. He's only got 4 cards. It's a perfect time for him to have Caius Wrath. And I just... so annoying. Okay, and also that means I've now got 4 units to deal with, and I've only got 2 powers from pain to potentially do it with. So having to think through the math of how to use that power from pain that many times becomes much more tricky. I definitely need the slave. I definitely need... well, Archon's Palace is just too useful. Definitely need the power from pain. And so of all these other options, yeah, Wild Creation gives me more resources, which is nice. Gets its money back, basically. The Inquisitor doesn't know what cruelty is. I've got a few different options there. I'm not sure what to keep. And in the end, I think I decide on the Crucible. Soul Seizure. I wonder if Soul Seizure would work if I pulled in Caius Wrath. Is he an interplay or a when deployed? Potentially that could have been an interesting trick there. Soul Seizure and Caius Wrath and make him lose some more cards. Potentially. Alright, so I decide on the Crucible and everything else has got to go. So just pull them all off. There we go. Frustrating. Alright. So my turn now. We'll keep it simple. Put out the Archon's Palace. Try and keep those cards low for him. And he's using Bigger is Better, which, oh, I don't like that. A Squigoth Brute. And now I do not have the cards I need to deal with these elites. I don't have what I need. Oh, that's frustrating. And if I had a Clivex, if Clivex was one of them, and if I could just put that in there, that would make a huge difference, but no. Oh, it's very, very painful. Crucible of Malediction, so I can try and thin his deck before he can draw it. He's got nothing else, so I'll just throw the Unwilling Slave out as well, right down the end there. So it's a 2 cost, 1 command, 1/2, and after a torture event enters the discard pile, sacrifice the Unwilling Slave to return the torture event to your hand. So it allows me to reuse my things. So now this is really tricky. Planet 1 I'm not going to be able to do enough, and the Brute would kill me. Yeah, Planet 2 I guess could be an option. Once I killed that, I might be able to power from pain the other things he's got. Yeah, just getting overwhelmed by the number of elites, unfortunately. Just didn't manage to control them enough. So I'm going to Planet 1, so I'm stealing the command there. I'm not sure what I'm hoping to get out of it, really, to be honest. And he goes to planet 3, I go to planet 1. Still on that Carnath buzz, he's wanting those different options. Oh, and then I realise actually I don't get that one. There we go. So I've got a good run of command there. And I believe Free very kindly reminds me that I haven't actually triggered my Archon's Palace, which I absolutely need to do. Oh yeah, he goes for planet 2 there, but Inquisitor Wrath only has the same amount of command as me, so just turn that off. There we go, turn that off. Just say equal on 2, just to be clear on that, and then there we go. Oh, sorry, I'm getting all messy, I'm jumping around, not thinking clearly. No card. There we go. So I restricted him to 1 resource, which I think is brilliant, but oh right, yes, the kids were running around. I was in the midst of serving them dinner while I was playing on my laptop. Anyway, good run of command for me there. I don't even know if I can get enough resources for a Clivex out of it. Like, what are my options here? Yeah, I could have enough for a Clivex. Some interesting choices. Difficult to think through. Okay. Right. So I feel like I probably could have done better on this planet. The Brute is just a nightmare to try and deal with, but if I get rid of the Void Pirate, my double power from pain is going to be useful. Before we even get there, he uses Crack 2 Fall to kill off the Incubus, which hadn't considered that in my calculations of what I might be able to do. So it's very worrying. So it's going to be able to hit me for 5, which is really nasty. Okay, so I am going to swing with the Reavers and kill the Void Pirate. Okay, and then my initiative, so I go power from pain, so he's got to take something respectable out. He takes out the Snakebite, that's alright. I take out the Unwilling Slave, it gives me back the power from pain. Just got to check he's got no other action. And I didn't give myself the Urien discount on the first power from pain, so I just check if he minds that I get that back. Just check that's okay with him. Again, it's a tournament, so technically he'd be quite alright to say, no, you didn't do that, which I would have had to live with, which is fine, but he's very kindly let me do that. Okay, no other actions, do it again. And at this point, he loses Caius Wrath, which is okay, and then I will use my Crucible, and I look at the top 3 cards of his deck, and I get rid of the units. That's my policy. If he has no units, he can't fight me. So I take out the units. The other things are all very, very nasty and dangerous, but that's what I go for. Alright, and then he gets to swing at me. Big hit from the Brute. Doesn't quite bloody me, but oh, that hurts a lot. I'm done. And then I run away. And then basically that means he gets the first planet and gets to platinum one of those big elites into the next position, which is very, very rough. There we go. And that's his planet now. all done, that's yours. So I'm just going to check my torches here. Got 1, 2, 3. We're only just reaching 4, which is not ideal. That's okay. It's okay. A carver or something begin to be useful. And he chucks the brute over, of course. Best choice, I would imagine. And now he's at 2 green, 1 blue, so the next planet is a win condition for him, and I really need to stop him at the next planet. I'm not sure how well I'm going to do. I have got a Murder of Raisin Wings, which is nice, so I can discard a card from him. I have to see what else I get. Oh, he's got Karnath first. And this is when I noticed Taurus was the planet that I had the Unwilling Slaves at, and maybe I should have not done my Power from Pains just yet to avoid him being able to draw those cards. Let's see, I would have he would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and I would have come away with 3. Yeah, I probably should have saved my Power from Pain until the next round and had a better chance of them being effective to avoid him being able to draw cards. That then right there was another huge mistake on my part, I think. So we go with the Razor Wings, and I drop a bigger is better, which is okay. It's not an amazing thing to drop off him, but it's okay. It does restrict how many of the elite things he's going to be able to put out. Always hate to see Taurus when I'm running this Urien deck. Yeah, he's got the STC, which I knew he had, which is a nuisance, but is okay. And then we do another Razor Wings. Get rid of a Brutal Cunning. Brutal Cunning would have been a pain, but I really would have liked to hit a unit, because if I'd have knocked out this Blitzer Bomber before it turned up, that would have been much better. Okay. It's a 5 cost elite, 2 command, 3 attack, 5 hit points. While ready it is flying, but when it's not ready it's not flying. And when it readies, it distributes 3 indirect damage amongst enemy units. So that's a really, really fun bombing run unit. I really like the way it works. He got lucky. I'm going to do what I can to minimize the effect of the Blitzer Bomber. It's suffering on it. He's got another Flash Gits as well. And I put out a Rags. I don't think I've got enough here to be able to stop him at all, but you know, you've got to do what you can do. And I may as well put this guy out as well. I mean, if I do manage to stop him, it'll be handy. That's it, that's all I've got. And I decide to go to planet 2, I think it is, in the hopes that I can get some draw. If I can, with that one card, if I can get a Clayvex, I might be able to do something. Probably not, but I might be able to do something. So, I go to planet 2, he goes to planet 1, unsurprisingly. I get a couple, oh, I've got a couple of cards here, so 2 cards, let's see what I pull. And it is the Ica Gauntlet, which is good for 3 shields, but a bit late for pulling off plenty of Power from Pains at once. And, oh yeah, I just deny his card. And I get a Rakarth's Experimentations. Yeah. So, name a card type. The opponent must discard 1 or put 1 damage on his Warlord. You really want to get all of those at once, or just use them to trigger the racks and things like that. Discard them as shields to fuel Soul Seizure or the Carver. It's not that useful a card otherwise, unfortunately. So this is not looking good at all. Let's get through this as quickly as we can. See what we can do here. So, swings with Flash Gits. I take the hit. And then he uses its ability to ready by dealing itself a point of damage, which means, I didn't see this in advance, but There we go. He can move that damage over with Crack 2-4. The Flash Kit's really a solid unit when you get that support out. That's huge. And the Racks are dead just like that. So that was my only sort of hope of doing something interesting. Alright, so work through these Razorwings. Let's see if we can kill those Gits. Got one. And thinking. He's going to kill the next one. And I decide, haha, shield that. That'll teach you, you young whippersnapper. And swing again. So I believe the Flash Kits are a 2-3. That might be a 2-4. I haven't looked closely at it in this game. So if it readies again, it's going to kill itself. You might get one more ready out of it. Swings with the Squiggoth Brute. Stampedes over the birds. Pretty solid. I just wait for it. The Bomber dive bombs. Some Razorwings. And then Nazdreg takes out the last one. And we're all ready. And the Bomber kills the Trader. But now, haha, for free I play the Rack-Arts Experimentations and say, units, do I ping as a Warlord? Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Come on! Oh, come on. There we go! That's as close as I get to a moral victory this game. Alright, well, that's round one of the Black Crusade for the, I think it's the full Black Crusade. Didn't go too well, but I mean, I am trying out Urien again. I do like this Urien deck. It is fun, but yeah, you've really got to get everything in position, and I've really got to watch out for Taurus, and really get all my... You got to play perfectly, really, don't you? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you'll see me do all right in the Swiss, and I hope you're playing. And if you're not looking to playing next time, look up Black Crusade Octagon League. Enjoy. Catch you later.